If you're a business owner, agency owner, coach, consultant, and you want more sales without having to hire more people or burn thousands of dollars on ads, you're in the right place. I've spent hundreds of hours studying what makes business YouTube channels work, analyzed dozens of success stories, and even closed multiple four-figure deals myself directly through my own channel. Today, I'm going to show you why YouTube isn't just another social media platform. It's potentially the most powerful sales asset that your business is yet to take advantage of. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly the power of YouTube and how it can transform your business without needing to go viral or needing to get millions of views to be successful. And if you can't even get through the 10 minutes of this video and you think you can sit back and wait to start posting content, please, for the sake of your own business, think again, because the longer you wait to get started, the more you're letting your competition run laps against you and build up an unfair advantage. Before we jump into the content, do me a favor, take 2 seconds, hit that subscribe button below. It'll help me out a lot. And I share everything I know about creating and implementing a YouTube sales funnel in your business, no gatekeeping, every single week. And I promise you, you do not want to miss what I'm putting out next. All right, let's jump into the first reason that you need YouTube. So I've spoken to a ton of business owners throughout this entire process, and a common misconception that I hear from a lot of them is that they need this Mr. Beast level of entertainment and production to be successful on the platform, which is so far from the truth. 51% of the platform right now is on here specifically to get educated. And that's the mindset you need to have when you go about creating your content. And in the specific case of being a business owner, coach, consultant, agency owner, what I mean by education is 1, solving your clients' problems. So creating content that is essentially a solution to a common problem of theirs, and also creating content to overcome objections. And I'm going to give you 2 different examples of what you can think of when I say solve problems as well as overcome objections. So the video I'm creating right now is going to be titled Why Every Business Needs YouTube. And while I'm giving valid reasons in this video itself, it's also an objection that I hear a lot. So when I'm talking to a business owner and they think that, oh, I know I need to create content, I know YouTube's good, but I want to hold back, I don't want to start right now. What I can do is I can send them this video that's going to help them realize they should not be waiting to get started. And the sooner that they start, they're going to be in a much better position. And what I mean by solving problems, so if I wanted to start creating a cold email campaign for my business to do my outreach, what I would do is I would start Googling or YouTubing how to write cold email copy, how to create a cold email campaign, how do I scrape leads. And what I'm most likely going to find is probably a bunch of videos from like Instantly. And that's going to lead me down a rabbit hole of consuming Instantly's content. So I'm learning from them. I'm seeing that they know their shit, and I'm seeing they have case studies showing that their software actually works. And most likely I'm going to end up using Instantly as a platform to launch my cold email campaign. And the reason they got my attention is because they were solving problems that I initially had in terms of writing cold email copy, creating campaigns. They were the first people to show up and create this content. That's how I found them, and now I'm using their software. And I'm not actually running cold email right now. That's just an example. And that's the exact approach you need to do with your content, because the content you post right now works long after it's published, which means you can talk face to face to your ICP, your ideal client profile, the same way I'm speaking to you while you're asleep or while you're sitting on a beach drinking some mimosas. And when your ICP is binge watching your content, it's essentially compressing the traditional sales cycle from weeks to hours, which in return is going to dramatically accelerate their buying decision. And if you haven't already heard of the 7-hour rule, essentially what it is a study conducted by Google showing that before buyers purchase a product or a service, they need to spend 7 hours with you consuming your content. And YouTube allows you to effectively deliver on that 7-hour rule all in one platform. So the more content you're putting out, the more you're nurturing your ideal audience, your ICP. They're going to continue to watch your videos. And once they hit around that 7-hour mark of being with you, that's when they're going to opt in to book a call with you in your calendar, or, download any free lead magnets you might have and go down that sales funnel that you're creating with your content. And that's why it's really effective to get started now, because it's not like you post one video and then you start generating a million leads. You need to build this library of content that's going to allow your ICP to spend a lot more time with you, getting to know you, getting to trust you more, and then eventually becoming a client of yours. And when you do this, you need to realize you're essentially creating a duplicate version of yourself, except this version works 24/7, doesn't need a salary, and it works 365 days out of the year. So you need to get started right now. One video can continue to perform for years to come. We're going to touch on that in just a second. Now, another common objection I hear is that my ICP isn't on YouTube. They're not using this platform to come find a service like mine, which is so far from the truth. Over 2 billion monthly users on YouTube using the platform. And like I mentioned before, 51% of the users are here to get educated. So I don't give a damn what niche you're in. Your ICP is using this platform, and you need to be the face that shows up when they're searching up their problems. That way you can be the person to solve it for them. There's also more data from Google that shows YouTube is the #1 platform that consumers go to research a product or service more than Facebook, more than Instagram, more than TikTok. So people are on YouTube specifically to find answers on what you can provide them. And because Google owns YouTube, you get access to YouTube's insane targeting capabilities. You get access to all the really high intent buyers like the CEOs, the high income households, the executive heads that can actually afford whatever service you have to provide to them. And the beautiful thing is, once they have interest in your video, YouTube's algorithm continues to show your content to them and to more people just like them. So what you're doing is you're building a self-sustaining lead generation machine that's just continuing to get better and better with the more content you're posting. This also means that the lead quality that comes from YouTube is generally a lot higher because they spend more time with you consuming your content, meaning they're more warmed up, they're more nurtured, more than a lead that would come from a cold email campaign or from just running a bunch of ads. Because these people know you, and chances are when they book directly into your calendar, they're pretty much sold already. They just want to know how much you charge. And it's exactly why you don't need millions of views. You just need to reach the right audience who matches your ideal customer profile. Now, if all this information already wasn't good enough, what if I told you that the video you create today can generate leads for you for years to come with quite literally zero additional effort? So unlike all these other platforms where you post a reel or a short and it's kind of off the algorithm 24 to 48 hours later, when you properly optimize your YouTube video, it actually continues to rank in search. It continues to get shown to newer audiences for years. And what that does is it creates a compounding effect with your content library. So it continues to generate more views and views and views over time, which is why the businesses who start creating content today have such an advantage over the businesses who think they can just sit back and wait, because they're already in that process of getting the algorithm to their ideal audience and allowing those views to compound over time and build a more established presence on YouTube. Whereas if you're just starting out, it's going to be hard to compete with them because their algorithm's already locked and loaded. So every time they upload a video, it's being shown directly to your ideal clients. So what this means is your content library actually becomes a very valuable business asset. It can actually increase the valuation of your company over time as well if you have a good sized presence on YouTube. I wanted to show you guys this quick example that I've referenced in a couple of other videos of mine of a video from Brian NG. Essentially what he does is at the end of all of his videos, he guides his users to come watch this video right here. A little bit about Brian is he runs a script writing agency. So what he did was he created an entire full masterclass on script writing itself. So if someone like me wants to get better at writing scripts, I'm going to watch this entire video of his and I'm going to see, okay, this guy knows what the hell he's talking about when it comes to script writing. I don't want to spend time writing all my scripts, all my client scripts. Maybe I'll just hire him to do it. And I already know he's qualified for the job because I watched this content and I could tell that he was knowledgeable and an expert in what he was talking about. And he posted this video 9 months ago and it's still generating more and more views, just getting him new leads every single month. And like I said, generating him a bunch of cash when he first released it as well. And I'm sure is still doing the same to this day. Now, look, I need you to understand you don't need some huge team, some fancy equipment, or to be the best speaker on camera to start leveraging YouTube today. You just need an effective strategy that's going to help you target the right audience and create content that serves them. The businesses that truly understand YouTube's power are not chasing views. They're building assets that generate revenue for years to come. And if you want to stop leaving money on the table and build a sales system that works for you while you sleep, then you need to start taking YouTube seriously. And if you do want to start taking YouTube seriously, go watch the next video that I post somewhere on this screen, and I'll show you exactly how to get started with your first business YouTube channel that actually converts viewers into clients. The question isn't whether you can afford to be on YouTube. The question is whether you afford to not be on YouTube. If you start today, your future self will thank you. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.